different parts of India. Today, my humble submission and request that let us try to make it practical. We do not have a agenda that we must complete and everything asked me. If I happen to know the answer, I will try my best to answer for it. So, research during the inauguration session, the speakers outlined some of the salient features, what should be done ideally, and what are the priorities. I have a small diagram. I usually formulate I have very small questions. So don't mind if I refer to you. I'll start talking about in elaboration. I know that passionately or listening to all speakers. All of us try to relate one to right because we have positive planning. What should be done? Anybody just do a request call. Anybody can like what is the takeaway from the inaugural speech or suggestions for research? Can I start with you, please? Please continue.
Thus, research should be very unique and your research area.
Thank you. Objective. You are very small objective point. You are going to
Well, that's it.
Thank you very much. My interview is that
अरे सीधा रख लो पूरा होने ना
absolutely scared.
इन लोगों ने इन लोगों को
anything else you can mistake with anybody who like volunteer, no person, anybody. Yeah. Thank you. What is the name? Then you come out and try to add your explanation. Wow. He had a fantastic introduction of all of us. Let me torture him and have a test. I will tell you what he was meaning in your own way, what we can make. All of you listen to him.
So, good afternoon, 1 hour intervention, perhaps the next afternoon. What I was saying, it is all about the resources that will be beneficial to the society. It should not go to the library. If it is going to the library, the resources no value. If it is going to the society and making society good, that's the output of the research. That's what I saying.
So, what should be done? What should be done? If we wish that it should be of some help to society, what should be done? Any position. Through these views. What is the question? What should happen?
The question was, if you want your research to be relevant for the society, what should be done?
Yeah.
I believe that we can look into the current problems in our society and then research accordingly, so that it will be give the realness.
Is that okay? Fine. I think most of us people have to think you have to just put what you know to that of us listen. The point, fantastic point. You should repeat or suggest. You are not adding anything or what?
Just
Just take a point of problem from the society.
Society. Okay? What should be done? What do you think is changing? Okay? What should be done then? How do you know?
Sir, the resource should be
এটা লোক করতে
You are the profession, we all are students of yours, including me. What should we do?
স্যার
It should be a societal problem on which we do research. Find a resolution that is happened in terms of issues in society. We are living back in society. So how do we start research? Have you not got it?
Sir, we can start researching. First we correct the problem. First we find the problem. Then we
Okay. I think he started a point. What was the point he started? Evening. Okay. Doesn't say that yet.
Good afternoon, sir. And good afternoon, our presenter.
এটাকে না হলে আর হবে না।
As he said, research is not about the theoretical knowledge.
এটা
Research
খালি
is
কি না
about
হলে আর হবে নাহলে
practical and realistic problems and realistic analyze the problems and I learned that research topic is very mandatory, and when we choose research topics, that is very important to choose and where we choose the research topic. That research problem or that question to the current generation issue.
Okay. Good. Okay. So now, what I have started, I'm going to do that step by step to understand, if at all, where we started with research and we go to research. What should be done? How do we use? That's what the essence of the presentation today what I have. So these are the planning, what I'm doing. I'll be trying to give sufficient examples of the no is knowledge, and I will go examples for people to prepare, and they can help me to reproduce. Like in one example, we are doing in 3 examples. Okay? So this is what like the plan, I don't know what time we have, we'll be trying to come up with the points. Now the title of this slide is one is highlighted. What is the meaning? What is the meaning?
ಅದು ನಿಮಿಷ
It is in the format or in according to the quality standard of the publications so that they can be published.
Could you understand this? She was doing Japanese, Spanish. What is the meaning of quotation?
research according to the standards and requirements of the economics or research.
Yeah, that is the answer. But okay. Publisher means somebody is telling wow. Who is that somebody telling wow? Publisher, journal editor, right? Just before the start, my friend here was suggesting we should publish something. Okay? We should publish something. Okay? If we are taking the product to the market, it should be sellable. In order to be sellable, what is expected? It should have something where if it buys new product should have some problem solution kind of thing, a big factor, okay, and it is appreciated by the consumer. Then it is sellable, right? Now, I'll share my experience of journal editing. When I left the government sector, the bad or good decisions particularly for people in the private sector. I was interested with the journal which was not doing well at the okay. When I took charge, I was struggling to get hardly 8 papers for issue. Maybe 6 months I have published, I was not getting this articles. I tried those days, now it's not there, to make it to UGC clear listed index journal. So it was indexed in global indices. Once it was listed, indexed, I started getting hundreds of letters. Just try to think and wrote the person, you are the editor, and we are sending articles. You can publish hardly 10, 12 papers for issue. You have around 350 articles with you. That means what you are doing. Quick, you have 10 seconds to answer. You are the editor, what you are doing. You are getting 350 articles, you have to select 12.
You have to look at also those which are really
One has to be ruthless, yes, rejection. You don't realize anything. Reviews like very costly. So you just read the title. From the title itself, you can know what something will be on there. You will not have time to go through the 10 pages, 12 pages. Am I right? So when you are selling the product to the market, the look packaging itself will tell if buyers may be attracted or not. Okay? So looking at the variety, what is contained in our idea, is giving something unique kind of thing in the methodology or the topic. From the title itself, one can spell what kind of research is being done. Okay? So, out of 350, easily you can place reject 150 forward. Then you go to the abstract, keywords, that kind of thing. And you shortlist like 40, 30, and send it to the review. What do you want? You get 12, 15 marks. Is that okay? Now, all of my dear friends, all of my friends will understand what we call research field you are in. These companies, things are not getting. I've said the experience of the editor of a small journal. Imagine one who died one journal where there was getting thousands of articles in news. And we feel, why am I not getting into that journal? Okay? So, my humble submission and request be careful in selecting the group. That's what Professor Dr. Party was of the life. Once day, be selective in selecting the group. Okay? That's why I thought we should discuss party speaker story. So what is happening in this? Somebody finds interest and very interested in this. Okay? So what should be done? How to select one interesting research topic? This is what I was trying to ask. I was asking particularly to friends there. So do me either my supervisor, guide, a friend like Professor Bhatta, and so this thing can do this, or there is a conference where this is given or decided or post this step. When somebody suggested societal issues, public, there was the question how, what should we do? There is no way out what to do. Read, regularly. And observe keenly what is happening in our life. That you may find some legal. This happens. Then everything is really different. So you get ideas and try your hand into your research. Getting new ideas, getting new topic, should not be followed like a Google search or AI. That's not what the Bible is suggesting. Yes, you can use AI as an enabler, not everything. Okay? So this is what current magazine, newspaper, did happening. I'll write these examples. Very recent, which is impacting today's global economy in the global world. Recently, now on this, what we as a researcher can do, you have to think, and I have a topic on this issue, maybe I say as economists, as management scholars, if you think in a very minute way, and you think like what happens in the forex, okay? When you compare a currency of a country with USD, maybe you think of your country. If your country is severely impacted on oil difficulties, then what should be done? And you think of again as a broad use of it. Maybe again, suppose I'm giving examples. It's not exactly the thing. Suppose railway taxes in micro level. Has anybody heard of this term railway taxes? Yes. Okay, anybody else? Volunteers, please, volunteers. Most railway taxes. What is the meaning of railway? Railway taxes is money coming, okay, wages being paid. So now in India, lot of Indians are working, and their relations are in India. Particularly this district, Punjab, we know that Surat in India or other cities in India had a lot of money coming to your district. Okay? Now, if it comes in foreign currency, can it help doing something of help of the forex? And if you have thought of, let's do a research on this, in this global crisis of forex, how remittances play a role and what we done with policy research. And again, you think of in this micro topic, what would be the exam title? Maybe like that, maybe like migration ability to that, and microdeterminants, factors, determinants. I'll not take question. So I have started to identify one societal problem, and you are not pinpointing in that area what I can possibly do myself. Okay, I'm just giving it, etc. And I'm just, for example, once you have found the topic, what next, my dear friend, I'll be telling you for the time they will say, get out of my college. What should be done? Usually you refer to the literature, okay? How many academic hobbies you have done? And just for example, I'm writing a friend of mine who is a senior economist with Margaret Cosenta. He is living, and this meeting I request your coordinator to circulate to me further further. So he is an expert in remittances research. He is working with World Bank in it and always work here. He is a good friend of mine. Okay. So this is how you take interest and can you add some more intention to that thing. Okay, this is what. Example 2, I just taken 2 days back from time. If you watch how we spend our money, once upon a time, we were discussing about food, shelter, everything our money was spent. Now, when you talk about disposable income, your surplus, you start thinking of the comfort, luxury, fashion, and I'll not take this time, I'll give you an example how some national news might create interest in us researcher and will do some work. Okay, so these are the figures we will with you, like how much we spend. I'm just like telling you briefly. Lower middle class, they don't spend much on leisure or profession. When you are in middle class, upper class, and they are sizable income goals to luxury, fashion kind of thing and whatnot. I should not waste your time. Maybe let's say nowadays, marriage, you do it elsewhere. Maybe like in Jaipur marriage, or you take Maldives. I think I was going to go like one island, maybe like Caribbean kind of thing. So where you pay thousands of dollars for people have business marriage, I think. So people have ways to spend and they have fact points. So, getting you interested in issues, I'm so happy that the party was suggesting that for possible research, the next would be the methodology. That's what Vijay Council Chairman was suggesting. One is the research topic, and the budget. Very succinctly, he told us, you need to know what are we, you need to know how you are going to do. However, it is the methodology and whatever it is the topic series. Okay, this is what he very beautifully put this. Now, as we and my friend Arun we love data because we are student of statistics. In any research, the central point, critical point is data. And you need to understand, do I have a need for the data? And what kind of data? From where should I get data? And what are the models in getting data? We should be very clear. If you know that I cannot get data, then you should not do data research. I'll give many examples of my research. Just to say that I'm a pocket, I'm very old. So let me start, I tell you, we started one doctoral research for my best PhD scholar, who is doing well, actually, this example data. We belong to the state of Odisha, where entrepreneurship is not a success. And he came to the topic to me and requested that you do this. Why Odisha entrepreneurs are not successful? We study was entrepreneurs like Gujarati, Maharashtra, so that was like what I thought we were doing. Okay? Then, what is the topic? So we are not studying. Physically we are here, mentally we also are there. So what is the topic? What is the topic? Example of the topic. What is the topic? What is the topic? Example of the topic. See this thing. You are with me about this. Okay. If this is the topic, what should be done? See, this is something the best teacher, better teacher are me. Yes. Understood the topic? We want to have a survey in Odisha why Odia entrepreneurs are not successful. Okay? How we can just roughly discuss what should be methodology. To whom we should interview. I'm getting the concentric people. Are you getting it? To whom we should interview. Think even the wrong one. Try.
Please,
Sorry. The second thing is we want to know why Odia entrepreneurs are not that successful as compared to other. Okay? I'm making it simple for you. Listen, interview collector, okay, sample collector. Who should be the person who should interview? Everybody know what? Who should take data collection? Okay, stop. Person. Oh, any volunteer? Okay, good. Please at least try. Very good. Thank you. Anybody else?
or not successfully personal way.
Best thing is to torture the person who has conducted the FDP. Whom you should proceed. Those are not successful. Simple as that. Okay. And we are quite not successful. Okay. So you know okay, simple. Okay, simple. Those are not successful. We have to put that. Suppose not MSc like theory here. Okay, starts. Okay, agree. Okay. MSc, please. And my scholar gave me an MSc database. Okay, when I asked, what is the topic? And I was sharing the YouTube channel. In his interview, he has categorically mentioned this. I visited Dr. 4 times. He fasted 4 times. I thought not doing research. I just told him about the topic. I will ask him. Yes, this is not a question. And I was successful. Oh. And then, why are we unsuccessful? I got one answer. Now, what I'm suggesting is, if it is difficult to get data, I'm telling how difficult it is. If this is not big, you have to check with some of the answers that they tried for 5 years, 10 years. Okay, I'll not share. Somebody like him wanted to have a model really information. Like him, he spent half his salary every month for the devil's stairs and he was not. And he was a fantastic teacher, not him, like him. I should ask what went wrong. A fantastic teacher, nice personality, very clear. And he got a rented house on a PG road. I'm telling facts and not stories. Sir will be correcting me if I'm telling a mistake. And he didn't think. Then we realized how much pain that person might have paid. So why that? We have to do that. Because I know that person who could not succeed that lecture. But I have to know that person why I have not done. Lucky I know this person. But those who fail, which year? 2026, 2025, or 1947, in the year, I understand, that is practice. Then my scholar got, the God. Unlearn. Somebody told me, unlearn that love kind of thing. And in case, madam, what should have been done? We started the topic. And this was simple. Because I scolded my scholar 5 times. I'm very kind-hearted person. I had ready my answer when it's public, I will look at with liberty, something kind of thing. That's not what we do. Change the topic. Okay. So, it says how what are the factors of becoming a good should take anybody? And that main attribute was he who decided and is a good scholar of different people's situations. And I will say it's one. So data, the way we think is easy, any topic, any data we can get. That is a mistake. Okay, we have to do it again. Okay, so research data methodology we are discussing, and this is again, you know better than me, I will not be telling you, take classification, we will be going through because they have hardly another 5 minutes. So this is why we have, we will concentrate on conclusive research, descriptive data. What is the last word? Okay, what is the last word I did? Last word I did. Last. The last block. You know that left side, correct? It is the last right side, goes there. Last right side. Correct? She is correct. What is written there? What is written there? Not that. That's not a type of research. What is that? what we do on Professor we monitor the student and every class I cover I do research. Only 40% of the student do this. That was research. And whenever this coaching second exam, I first check how many students have taken that one. It was -5, then I started evaluating that. So those who are casual, they should get that one. Okay. So these are the types of research. Again, coming to the data. Data should be very specific and so far well understood. The ones objective what we do. And the research objective research data will be given by example. Sales, example number 1. All of you will be last like madam, you are part of the students. Last there, all of you. Please madam, follow me. Please madam. Do the paper kindly come here, faster. I come Take us. Now here, this is a topic related here. The research publication comparison. What happened? Professor X, Professor Y. Professor Scholar X, Scholar Y. They are publishing. Okay. And is it comparable? Is it comparable? Comparison not. Same with the purpose of the plan. So, you are comparing purpose. Is it possible? Yes. Confused, yes. Confused Atma. Okay. Is clear Atma, you are confused Atma. Okay. If you remember, somebody was introduced having some citations. One use. I appreciate that. Noted that point. Okay. What is that word that we have just part of that term? Citation. What is that? Sit down, quick, second. Quick. 5 seconds.
In research, we have some influences where you student research.
Okay, anybody else?
They are cited.
Who is it? If I publish an article, if somebody else doing research in that area and using your article and citing other reference, okay, you have been cited, your work has been cited by all the scholars. That shows your article has some worth. Somebody is reading and so using other reference. Okay. So this is a credit wants to us really are interested in. So now you have to think if this is the topic, what to write down. That's why I am asking you to think. Topic you have decided. Now think of why exit the research. Okay, somebody will give daily stuff like your topic is different. I talk to you, I got to different, but it can be comparable. Research, observation, qualitative aspect, what we can quantify. Okay, and citation is one. So this is what. So sorry to start with my work. To the same time, I have not shown my bad past track record. Past 20 years, I did nothing. If you again check my Google profile, just like fine. Some 21 years when I was here, my research was very bad. Okay. Now, the day I tried private sector, national salary, half like one day, do or die kind of thing. So then you have to do it kind of thing. So this is what I'm doing. I'm sorry, like we missed. This is one of the finishing this was my one of my best stuff. Okay? Imagine when this Malala was a guy, he was becoming a clean slate, zero population, zero slate. Now he has enjoyed research. What I am proudly suggesting, he has fast surpassed me and is doing much. Now it is compared at this stage, he is doing much better than me. Okay, yeah, you have a question.
Please, one question.
Sure.
See, the idea of a scientist that we prepare, can we see that if somebody is having good scientist, he is a good researcher, and somebody who is not having good scientist, he is not a good researcher.
Okay.
Is it a point?
Okay. So, anybody got the question? Fantastic question. Any suggestion? Should we repeat the question or you got the question? We object of celebrate.
By the number of sensations, it's nice that a lot of people are making reference to their own
What we are answering this question?
Yes,
He is asking a question because it is hard.
so the
Very good to have. I'm sure Professor will be able to confidently answer this, but I am very interested to wait for 3 minutes and I will enjoy. So what your answers are asking question, many of us can answer. Allow me to answer 3 minutes, then I will try to answer. Okay? Now, what is suggesting asking is a good question. Now here, what I am suggesting is comparative. It's not fully comparative. Okay, that I will telling as a writer that. Okay? Now what I am suggesting here, why it is there? Now Manoj, now Raja is going to be this color. Manoj was supposed to come. Is our idea. Okay. When we are teacher, we are the student. Now see what he has done. He has supposed to come in only last week. Okay. Now I think automatically after 3 minutes you get answer. That's why I borrowed 3 minutes. Okay. Now I answer like how they are doing. They are deciding the topic, what you are suggesting. And they are deciding the journals where they should publish. That A, I, is published. These are the journals which I have published there. Okay, very well selected on topic, on journal, and the fellow research. Now, Umesh. Now here is Anil. Anil is also being scholar Manus. Okay. Now where we are, here, my view is much better. My view is great research engagement and Manus. Really, I'm proud of them. And Manus being scholar Anil, he did in India, now he is in London. And his ideas are selected. What I'm just trying to say directly, if you really enjoy research, a big journal, who you identify, if you check the articles of Manus, you'll find he has co-authored articles with professors of different departments and have published in not journals. That will accelerate excitation. Okay? And your article is read. Okay? And Anil is in London. He has surpassed his guide, Manoj, and he has crossed it. Okay? Okay, hold on. I will be very happy. I will answer all questions. Just again one minute. Now, I will suggesting. I am sure the management must have heard of food, pharma, and finance. Okay. And because we do not have time, I can go on telling stories about food, pharma, and Vastrama. Those who are into marketing should have heard of Sir who are service very important. Okay. And he is still alive. I had written to him, this is reply to me, and he joined in public, okay? And some great researchers we should have. In research way, LinkedIn, another thing, and right? And you pay confidence, good idea, read that research. Okay, this is what they get. I wanted to get in one of my conference, he was busy, he regret, this is the reply to me. And this is online, restaurant, West time. Okay, now before he asks what is the question, let me try to answer this question. I know many of our teachers. There is a common teacher who had taught me and our Parasa. They are very good teachers. They have not published in journals. Parasa, I wanted him answer this. Okay? What we know personally, they are fantastic scholars. And there are many publications which have not been uploaded in internet. There are many. So it is not a perfect database. Having all the citations of all professors. That is the last problem. But really, if I have to compare what I could have done, this is what I have. Okay? So, in my research and writing, this is repetition. The research repetition is, this is something, whatever I learned in the scholar, also concentrates on other science. So, this comparison is related to, this scope is related to whatever I learned. Okay? I'll give you some databases. Well, like SSI, is anybody aware of this? One of the scholars, please, I don't this. Join as member of SSI, join as member of SSI, Social Science Research Network. So, these are free, you should remember. And you upload all your work, whatever, working network, unpublished, this one. Unpublished network can also get citation power. Unpublished paper also can get citation. Working paper also can get citation. So social science research paper, as of today, it has got 29 large articles, free level. Okay, we have access. So when people do research, and I have decided I will collect data from this. It's a huge database, but that huge database is not contained all the citations of all the books. That is a limitation. Yes, your question is. This is louder so that all of you.
Again, the question is related to that. Somebody is publishing an open access journal.
Yeah.
He might be getting good citations. Somebody is not publishing an open access journal. He might be getting low citations. So how can we compare?
200% agree with me. I am not sure if any of you have properly understood these observations. Fantastic correct observation. One is open access, one is like published in print or limited access. Three things are there. Open access, A1, ABC, IABC, and it's freely downloadable. So when you are searching in Google, whatever free becomes to others. So we read that and decide. And suppose it's not free, and we have not read that, we have missed it. Okay? You try to answer, I would answer, I think what should be done. So I come for limitation, this is based on whatever problem. Okay? So again, we should not lament or cry. Usually, science professors get more citations than humanities or mathematics. If they get in thousands, we Indian teachers are getting hundreds. Okay? So when I was in on the power meeting of university, they wanted to incentivize us for citation. I was the first person to object to police meetings. I told you are not with those disputing professors of humanities or it's not comparable. There are scientific journals, they get multiplied citations and you are there. And in the lifetime they don't get any, you are there. So I made categories for me. law, engineering, science, and different. So you compare now the comparables that is there. But if you are not cited, will you stop your research? What about? Suppose you go 50 lakh professors, 50 lakh. Should you not check who are doing research in your microbiome? I don't know, deliberately I have deleted this body, I can get yeah. Because he is asking, one of my friends with exile restaurant with his power. His project was to study the last 80 years. Who are the top professors doing in different functional areas, finance, marketing, and can you imagine 80 years? I think huge database they are like compiling. It was an exploratory research. But there are in economics here, they are the top 10 researchers in India, in Asia, in the world. Now the same question applies. Is it justifiable that having really covered all those professors who are not publishing on access? But you are telling my understanding is, out of this database, they are the problems. Okay? This carries also there. I mean, trying to answer, okay. Now, say for example, like a third example. Suppose you are interested in doing some exploratory study on comparing the development work progress of different districts of your state. Now, different districts are there. What are the parameters? Yes, please. Yeah. Very possible. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
I feel happy with that questions. Thank you so much.
I will you apologize. I wish to make a point, sir. I feel personally have wrong this kind of happening. All the times, scientists cannot be measure of a perfect research. All that I think, because competitive points I think I think. See, if somebody is doing a research on nuclear science, maybe scholars are very less doing performing research on that. But when someone comes out with successful on that, it is a greater impact on the society. Whereas if we take the by other side, some people are conducting research, let's say on economics or which are widely used. Thus they can get a good number of scientists. But whereas the legal scientists will always get a less number of scientists.
No, I fully appreciate it. It's a very good question. I just put it other way around. The scientists do one research and economists doing many research. You are suggesting economists may get more scientists. Is that okay?
Yes.
But actually, sir, one publication, each of our publication will get minimum 3,000 students. And the economists, like what he correctly told me, unless it is a PC, when people are not able to read each and everything.
Sir, I have also seen I mean, a few number of public journals, publications, people are model
Yes, yes. I have some good examples. Can you imagine, please now, can you imagine a good, don't forget your question. You are asking me question after 1 minute, just like supplement. Now, keep in mind, sit up, be comfortable. Can you imagine a good thesis? How many pages should be? Can you roughly very good thesis like will have claim, it's got a library, you will read any idea. I'm getting one like very close to a Nobel Prize kind of any photo. And she was trying to guess and she is correct. 18-page thesis got a Nobel Prize. 18 pages. In India, if you are submitting less than 150, people will say, you are not with this, you should be working, you have recommended this. So, similarly, so one article very impactful to tell you, it's a cancer medicine. If it is patented, it will be cited like thousands. And whatever we have done, earlier I was in power university. I'm telling you my own language so that you don't scold me. There was like an also. It's like I have only use that. Okay, there's no property, illness, whatever one will use. There should be something strong. Okay, but something what is useful. Not like this, what I wrote in real class, essay, description. Nothing in this. It will not be it's something new. I can give many examples. I come from, suppose say, somebody from my age, she's a lady, she did a game from my number of them going to US. She's one of the top 10 professors of the world in sensory marketing. And how he was touch effect of the containers and packaging industry. Suppose soft drink is given in paper cup, plastic cup, and coke for by aluminum cup. Does packaging make an effect on consumer psychology? Not on me. The day she submitted the thesis, it was new at that time. She was invited to a professor from two universities in US. At that time, touch effect sensory marketing was really deeply innovative. I'm telling you very great, and she is one of the pioneer researchers in sensory marketing. Google Arab is now. Okay, I have funded for example, so they are yes, voting. People are
Sir, my question is, if two researchers have the same number of publications, but they have different citation counts, so how should they research impact should be compared?
okay. You got the question? Or should he repeat again? You answer.
Can I repeat, sir?
Your question? No question. Your question, your answer. Right answer. Then we will try if we have friends. Forget that you had asked question. Think, I have asked the same question. You are requested to answer the question. Right. Don't read the paper. Don't read the paper.
Sir, I think it's dependent upon the it evaluates how the researchers visit the other
Okay. This is the only question or some other question you have?
It's one question.
Okay, let's discuss this leadership. Because this kind of discussion is important. Yes, ma'am. You have a good message. Ready? Okay, what is the question? That question. 2% exactly same citation. 40 kinds of citations you have. 40 kinds of citations you have. Who is that? That was the question? That was the first question. Yes. Sorry. 49. He's asking Thai is which better. I don't know why he's interested. Thai is or which better. Okay. Our the certificate, the certificate, the anyway, joke about how you answer this. Any, not fine. Yes, right. How do you put the quality?
Peaceful quality.
How do you put this? Hello sir. Are you are listening to the answers? You ask question, I'm forgetting. The answer is suggesting they might have published in 2 journals. He is answering based on the quality of the journal. This journal is better, this journal is better. I know his question, say what the journals are saying. Then so we have taken this citation number one. But if I got it, topic, how will you compare? Yes. One, that will be. That's what he told me. Louder. We said I have a very interesting topic.
how the solution is infected to our brain. Different methods.
No, see, it's a very related difficult number. How does it impact society? How do you measure this? Is not measure. There are many points. I think he's not listening. He's not listening. There could be many ways. First way, request her not to break his head. No, not to the hour. Both are okay. Joke about this is not the answer. This is not my answer. One would be he has one publication, I have one publication. He got 49 citations, I got 49 citations. I published the article 20 years back. He published the article 6 months back. Wait. It is impossible. Article published 6 months back gets 49. Article published 20 years back gets 49. Maybe. Possible or not? Why possible? So time can also be a factor. In this case, which is better? She is very important. Why it is more than 5 times? Because he published articles 45 years back. Over 4 or 5 decades, it is cited. I have no others. Okay? So that big number would be like that. Okay? So now, if you compare, just check Google Scholar. If you have interest, just check those scholars. This article published in which year? And see in 1-2 years medical science. So this is hot topic, getting appreciation must be better. One of the things. Okay? And what she was suggesting, sometimes it's difficult to compare. Like if I ask you watch any movie, Amitabh Bachchan and in America, difficult to compare. If they are like people are they are like own way, own action traits. Sometimes it's difficult. But if one of the methodology is scientist, you can try to say, there and say, on this parameter, I have judged this is better. When they compare, I'm so sorry to tell that, many times you must have seen and must be feeling hungry. I am sure he will agree with me. He most, we are better than I am. So once upon a time I worked with kids, but public may not answer kindly, but they have a parameter. All these parameters we are better than I person. For all these parameters we are top 5 in Eastern India. So there are parameters, and parameters help in getting the data. So what we are talking about is methodology. And when you don't forget that mathematical means, you decided topic, then you think, debate, decide what will be the best possible methodology. Okay? Methodology will decide what kind of data. Okay? You have a second question or can you listen? Thank you. Okay, fine. Moving ahead. English laughter therapy. There are results. Is it not recommended? The person who is doing research in this kind of, naturally, that will be wow factor. Wow. So, publishers will be interested to read. Okay? Now, how laughter therapy can really help reduce illness? If somebody is doing research, you must understand. So, something, there are article kind of thing. So, everything in this case, the topic should be read and methodology of the word. I was saying, I'm moving faster, but at the time, sir. What do I do? Okay. One of you who is very honestly loyal to background, be strict. You tell me stop, that's okay. So this is one example. Somebody wanted to compare two variables, two parameters. One is when we are retiring, when we die, somebody is late. Very extroverted, they will write of research. Can anybody help me quick recall? Just looking at the title, what is written on the slide of this meeting, what kind of results it might fall into? Wow, fantastic. Thank you. Cause and effect. Each death because of the hardship you get when you serve under stress condition in different institutes. I heard something bad about name or organization. Somebody commented bad, feedback bad, and one tried to self-employed suicide. So this is stress condition. Okay? So if one reads to another, how far they are connected? Somebody wanted to do research, okay? Which is dependent on quantitative research. One factor, second factor. One is dependent on the other. Which is independent, which is independent. Cause, effect. What is cause? Service, effect, illness. Okay? So these are the data and the finding is this. So the finding is more you serve, more you are stressed continuously in service, less number you are sleeping. When you retire, this is finding not my practical. You might live longer. This is what like somebody else. Okay? The simple thing, one has found in what else is better. Similarly, again I am trying to expand my thought. Last slide, how many factors are there? Two factors. One was dependent, otherwise independent. Now sometimes one major dependent factor might be influenced dependent because of other one. So for example, those who are serving here or elsewhere must agree. Satisfaction, job satisfaction. I hope those who are serving must agree with me. Salary alone is not everything. We look beyond salary. Agree? So when you deal, one factor is influenced by not one, many factors. It is called quality value structure. Okay. Last slide is a value structure. Okay, I'm not going to run for this. I'm not going to give you make stress. So we have to think what methodology warrants. If you do not warrant, what is the if it is not your day, I have an example. So you must understand if I think of a topic, what you are finding, what kind of methodology. If you haven't known, it takes a multi-minute study to do it. Okay? If you cannot do it, better you have to change it. Okay? Fine. This is what my suggestion would be. Profit, sales, again, think of different factors. Yeah? Any question about this? Fine. Now, I'm very quickly going ahead because we have less time and most of the things you know. I request, again repeating what I request, each talking, ask question. If you have any query, question or anything apart, I think you know better, so I will go to ask them. So the data classification, one way we can classify data, primary, secondary, we all know. One could be quantitative, qualitative, we all know. One could be what you are collecting yourself, and sometimes it is auto-generated. Just to save time, I am suggesting in different companies, you have biometric. Okay? Once you use figure and biometric, your in and out time is captured, and it is to each other. So from that inputted data, they study and observe how regularly, how sincerely you come, like, or there is a high fluctuation in 95 kind of thing. So what they are analyzing is not manually corrected, it is also auto-generated, so that will be good data. Now, experimental observation data, random, purposive, and to get a finite and finite. Your population could be very large. Usually, continuing from processes, I know that it is not sufficient. So whenever you have a very large database of population, my dear fellow friends, please remember what my suggestion. Never ever write that it is a random sampling you are doing, it is infinite population. Okay? You cannot have a random sample in a large infinite population. Can I start from you? Just giving a very small, simple question. Give an example of a large infinite population example. Anything about students of India, very large. Okay? Now somebody is suggesting how political interference affect their overall country. Okay? So what is the population? Students of India. Now it is small or large? Okay. What is my last sentence? Now the request for you, what is the request? Never write that I have taken a random sample. Why so? Who has understood my statement? Try to explain why it is not possible. Most of us, 90% of the scholars write. Last one, peer-reviewed diagram review. I pointed out that and that it was rejected. Sorry that I was rejected that is a foreign author. I suggested this action should be rejected. So they give also the journal based on your comment, based on his comment. We are happy to reject this and we are communicating. Thanks for your suggestion. So it's a good journal, a good seriously. Okay, coming to the point, where it is called. Who has understood what is the meaning of random? A random sample is possible when you are in a position to identify each and every unit and you insert a lottery system or RND, random number table. Okay, suppose we are here 40. I will select the randomly 2%. Random selection, how it will be? Out of 42, how it will be? Out of 40, I want a random selection of 2. Yes, 2 suggestions. The lottery method is correct. He knows the methodology, so he will first answer. You will be confused from my dear, you are like of age of my daughter. Okay, so not saying random, you can students say. So lottery method means you are making sheet of 40, shuffling it and picking 2. Okay, marching. All the students in India, it is possible to do a lottery method. So it is not correct theoretical to write on paper that I have a random sample of 200 students. Usually all scholars write this is a mistake. Okay, you write it convenience of paper. Okay. All of you understood? So infinite is a challenge again, we should not happy. You are very careful, it should be proportionate and representative, and it was finite, very small, rare, it is also very difficult. Why is it difficult? Finite, small. Can anybody give an example? Maybe friends from abroad, you can suggest. Can you think of a very rare sample? Like hardly find limited number of persons in that study. An example. Is everybody getting it? Yes. There are not many, there should not be many. So it is a limited case.
accidents.
Sorry?
The representation of the accidents, if you look at the representation, you find out in 4 years is more than the
Infancia, or okay. Fine. Okay, anything else? Anybody like clothes, home, and so this kind of like you don't buy much. Anyone? Okay, let me give, I just started, if I give you example, you have taken from the example, I will simply without marriage, having more than kids, take it up right, with due respect, take it in academic respect. Suppose somebody wanted to study, what are the hardship, social acceptance of this margin? So who are the respondents? Single mother, never married, then they have minimum children. How to get some? Those are the reduction. And we have conducted one such research. A lady researcher from Israel, she is wife of one Israel professor, she did PhD in our school. She came with this proposal. We were interested, we wanted to get more. And luckily we knew some 10 such cases. Okay? And we interviewed personally the questions about what one, again you are identified with. And why they will be cooperating with you, why should they be interviewed? Suppose I might have taught few questions, I request, can you please oblige the commission interview? Because I was a teacher when I was making a personal request, she made it. She told like, yes, it can. Okay. What's difficulty from in and out of Katak pressure, hardly get to all such things. Over 1 year, she took the interview, and one interview lasted 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. Okay. So try to imagine, if you have highlighted this in my topic, I started with wow factor, the professor will be watching reading with wide open eyes. Oh, he will understand how difficultly the scholar might have faced to get the data, the richness of the data, rare data. That is the point which will be a plus point for your solution. Not any topic, any question, and we send question to students. Take, we get data, we write. With due respect to all of us, including me. This is the exam methodology. You have to understand who are my respondents. Okay? I will give you one example here. Google it. This, only for this presentation, I saw students back. Suppose the living being on earth, somebody is nothing but a nuclear research kind of, okay? Like our religion, what we belong to in India, is one of the oldest religions. We boast our religion existed 5,000 years. So we have a history of 5,000 years civilization. Before that, man was not existing. Say it date back 10,000, 20,000. Before this, what are the creatures ruling the earth? As we have heard, dinosaurs. Can you imagine? One is of this many years, 1,000 years back, and after much difficulties to record results. Very small one, but very costly. One sample cost is something like $300, and in INR which grows which made almost some scientific research. They form a big team, and all the scholars are getting the same credit, the scientists will do. Those scientific research is not done by one, the entire lab team, they were dedicated. Okay? So like this is something like even I guess people will repeated the existing one. Professor Tripathi was suggesting I felt happy, I congratulated him. I don't know whether you remember or he was very good telling somebody changed in a way and got project also very close. I was also very lucky when joining KIT. We got a very rich project that much amount than very pro. And that was a multi-country research from India, 11 top institutions were working, around 65 professors including me were working, and 7 countries, each private different countries. And the topic was, what is the chemical fertilizer impact on humanity? That's the problem. It was funded by UK Global Research Challenge Fund, so KIT one of them, I was talking to one of the day, I have a small contribution. So we used to travel the Asian countries. We did some state for the weeks and Maldives, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, like this. So it is very costly. Now imagine, like what is the impact of the Quran thing? What is the impact on habitats? Okay, all those things were studied in the country. Now what I am suggesting is, it's not one person, a team of person will be different. So it is a 4-year person and we will put that fine. Okay, so travel also, learn also. So this could be like a very costly proposition, but not getting scientific. And that's why if the topic is very new, then I think funding should come. For ABC in Google Access Card. So this will be published, not this one. Our fertilizer site will be published. Both these are not in ABC. Yes, please. Yes, please.
So, just previously we discussed about the different kind of parameters. So my question is, among these all kind of parameters, which is the greatest impact of validity and reliability of agricultural system?
This is a very rocket question like Ruchi decided to thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
He has followed the professional second book and I put doing this. And he got doing this all now. Sure, okay. So that validity, reliability will come with that. In fact, I will not forget the definite. Now coming to the data and the difficulty of data, one would be survival lives. The one I have already suggested, third one, by Brother Balankar. So those who have survived what they are doing. So that means somehow struggling to get success. So this is something might be a misleading information. First one, the first time the term was used, survival bias. Because between the German and British Air Force, when the British Air Force was hit by missiles kind of thing, the Royal Air Force wanted to cover the brakes with bulletproof battleships. Wanted to ascertain which area it was from. Okay? Somebody suggested we are finding that it is here, the fuel tank area, and they were about to implement on this area. Then once statistician came running, they got to check all the planes, those were battleships. And we were point. Suppose a plane is going and it is reached somewhere in the country, it is down there in Japan. And you are not taking permission to access there to enter to the country. So you don't know where usually bullets are hit. Is it from the tail part or the engine part or where? So you have inspected and told that these have survived, which is a mystery. So that is where we got it here. And RT hospital case also, this you can check the details of survivor case into again, medical separate within there. Now suppose we want to know which area of the shoulders are usually hit in battlefield. And for instance, you have selected RT. You find soldiers without having leg, soldiers without having hand, and they were hit in the battlefield, and that's why it was called battlefield. So from this, what idea would be repeating? So you can think concluding, so the bullets are mostly hit on leg and even you are saying positive thing. Is that correct or wrong? Correct? Because you saw this, there is no myopic. Myopic is bad now. Your objective is where soldiers are mostly hit. If bullets hit on head or chest, will that soldier come back to freedom? Then you have checked, derived the conclusion by saying who luckily survived. So that has mistaken giving the wrong information. The conclusion should have been it is head or heart. If it is hit, the soldier will die. So the protection here should be given to the head and the chest. And the red jackets. Okay? Now, please imagine, you have checked one portion which is running. So it is a for a bias and police survival bias. Okay? So this is also bad in some places. Don't be careful. This is against some bias also. I think Thomas Tyler, I think it's only 120. Almost 5 minutes. Okay, sorry. So this you can read the next is I think the topic is master. So the types of those kind of studies, descriptive, inferential, they are slowly ahead of time. So you in the analysis you do like graphs, tables, kind of thing in your record. So this part of example for descriptive statistics here. And differential where you have to perform after this testing. And this is being covered by another expert. I am stating agenda. So I will put there multiple different tests in there. Let me see this. I have like this. What I think with this, suppose you have a relationship study here. So positive relation, negative relation, you can observe different methods. So it's part of the analysis here. I wish I could have explained in detail what we mean by the differences. One is closely scattered, one is widely scattered, meaning this. And I think I have introduced particularly in the revision. I will move to the mathematical models. Let me, this is what I have done with kids, what we have number 12 is there. One will now have the tools for the particular area is one. Now, this is good external for RDs. How many of you have heard of the term RDs in Excel? Anybody has heard of? All of you are scholars, please look it up. Check yourself. Please add as available with RD in Excel. Unless you RD which are you not using, please add in Excel RD. You check the YouTube of RD. A lot of structural analysis can be done in simple Excel. A lot of analysis can be done. It is free. Okay, so you can do that. I think one of the best of the design action training I could have done on there. Okay, I think last 2 minutes I think I should touch on this. I think I remember his question of validity, reliability, slide. Now, sometimes I told that if there is a need for going for multivariate, that means you go adding so many different factors that you ask very high. Now, sometimes what happens when you add more independent factors, that is possibility of one from a disadvantage, that's what multi-polarity. So this is something like a disadvantage one should take care. That means the extra addition of a different variable is not making any significant contribution to our aspect. So this is what like one of the example. One example is like number of times you are repeating your art, how much art project for there, and what it says. Now the scholar wanted to study last color says first with number of arts, individual. Those who are with me, they mark here agree. So sorry, I am going to master because all of you must have been agree, class is ready. So then the scholar wanted to study middle column and last column. Finally, last column is again first column. So please see, first and last. The answer was 67%, second and last. The answer was 61%. Strong correlation. But what happened when we added both the columns? Again, it is hardly 60%. First factor contributed 61%, second factor contributed 67%. When you are adding two factors, it is hardly increased by 1%. There is something obvious. Okay. This is what I call multi-polarity. That means if you look to the case, if you have more hard project, then only you can repeat more times. Other way around, if you are repeating number of times, that means you have more money on hard spending project. Okay? So first column, second column, more or less same thing in different times. So it's a repetition. That's why it's a part of multi-polarity. Okay, this I could have repeated later. This I can speak. Yes. Now here comes your question. Good question from this of the book. You got the validity. I don't know. Luckily I have this kind for you. Eureka. So this is what these particular will wind up with the question here. Now please see. Certainly, I will read from sequence a rifle. What is the objective of rifle? No rifle. Should kill. Okay. Proper target. Okay. You should kill enemy or your friend. Okay. So this is the objective. Now we have got instrument. That instrument could be behavioral science, another is a scale. Okay, validity and reliability. I'm just taking 2-3 minutes only for you. So total cost of this session you should pay less. Okay, this is for you. This is like. Now here, the bullet hits here like this. Two terms: validity and reliability. Let me explain very briefly for the time. Reliability means it does the same thing same way. Okay? It does the same thing same way. Again repeat. It does the same thing same way. Dependable, reliable, consistent. These are the terms. Validity means it does the thing what is wanted to be done. Repeat. It does the thing what is wanted to be done. The last C example, is it reliable? Again, I am repeating this, madam. Why you are agree? That's why you are agree. Is it reliable? Should I repeat the definition? You are agree, that's why you are agree. Is it reliable? What is the definition I told? It does the thing same way, repeatedly. It's reliable. Okay? Suppose you have got a very dependent monkey as your servant and you have asked the monkey, you have got this story, whenever flying comes in, okay? The monkey was guarding the master was sleeping, the monkey, the fly came here, and the monkey wanted to kill the sword, killed the fly as well as the master. She is obeying religiously. They doing what is doing. Now that is the reliable. Okay? Try to understand this example. It is reliable. But unfortunately, it is not valid. Why it is not valid? You should hit the target and push up. Okay, you are not doing that by yourself. So think in your own way the different scales or instruments you are using in your research service. Now here, what this scale will be called? First, A. Is it reliable? No. Sometimes I do this way, sometimes I do this way. Unpredictable. Like, best example, if you use, I don't name a batsman, who can score in a 50, but like next ball is out. Okay? You have okay, at least 40 score, not this. Not dependability, consistency, slacking. Okay? Now, which is important? Validity or reliability? First, validity, and also, what are they? Also, reliability. Because when you have got a question, that is also called an instrument, you are approaching different questions. Each that instrument, that question giving reliable answers is one question. Is that question valid is another question. We completely try to understand. Again, 1 minutes. I cannot use this section, I cannot fill this section. All of you mark here. Madam there, come here, look at here. Suppose at our house, a small baby is suffering from fever. What is understood? You will touch this way. What is the objective? Scientific. Objective is to know whether fever is there or not. What is the instrument? Hand. I'm using hand to check the temperature. Is it valid? Instrument, validity, let a better ask him who had asked a question. No question, answer. Give answer, no more question. Your question only we are discussing. What is my question? Sorry? No, I don't. You are not listening. You are only shooting questions, not listening. Suppose mother using hand to check temperature. Hand is an example of instrument. My question is hand a valid instrument or not?
I think no, sir.
Sorry?
I think no.
Okay. What about you? So mothers are fools. All mothers, nowadays are fools. They have been practicing with this.
Sir, but when it's complex instrument,
Listen. You missed our discussion, that's why you are not enjoying the discussion. I give the second example. There are mathematical thermometer. Okay, end of the target, you don't have access to thermometer. Immediately you are doing this. Okay. What is the definition of validity? It does what is intended to be done. Is it not doing that? It is doing this. That way, theoretically it is done. Now, it may not be reliable, not accurate. Okay? So, two examples one rice, for example, other is hand and open water. Okay? Am I indirectly answering your question? I have no question. You have answered yes or no, or you are not listening. What is my question? One second. My question is, was I trying to answer your question or you are in another word? Okay, whatever questions, not only most of hungry delegates, both of them ask me questions, 3, 4, 5 questions, during those that one. Thank you so much. Over to Kamala. Any other question? Any other question? Hungry, I'm also hungry. Yes. Over to you.
Well, it was really a wonderful session. I personally enjoyed the entire session. I all you enjoyed the entire session. For now, I request the principal sir to present this is very important.
Yes,